Justice advocate Reverend Peter Rabel is famously quoted as having said, "We build on foundations we did not lay. We sit in the shade of trees we did not plant. We drink from wells we did not dig. We profit from persons we did not know. We are ever bound in community." The history and legacy of the United Church of Christ towards racial justice, my friends, extends far beyond the coming together of our four anchor denominations on June 25, 1957.
Our history, like those of every other religious institution of its day, is fraught with the vestiges of white dominance and racism. We confess the complicity of our ancestors in the ethnic cleansing and colonization of indigenous people in North America, the Kingdom of Hawaii, and other Pacific islands. We know the early attempts of many to worship God were defiled by the sin of slavery, and we are the beneficiaries of endowments tainted by this sin against our siblings of African descent. We know the exploitation and marginalization of Latinx and Asian Americans. That is also our history, is antithetical to the gospel we preach. White supremacy separates us from God.
While we cannot erase history, we are not bound to such beginnings. The seeds of repentance and justice were also sown in our past. The United Church of Christ has a history of repentance and a legacy of advocating for justice. We are rooted in a movement toward racial justice, and our roots are strong. In the 1700s, we stood against slavery. In 1839, we defended the actions of the Amistad slave revolt with our presence and our resources. In 1846, the American Missionary Association formed as the first anti-slavery society in the U.S.
These roots anchor the continuing work toward decentering whiteness and dismantling white supremacy in the church that the gospel of Jesus Christ demands. In 1959, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. called upon the UCC Office of Communications to sue Southern broadcast stations for equal access. We did, and we won. In 1971, the Council for American Indian Ministry was formed. In 1973, General Synod suspended business to stand with Cesar Chavez and striking farm workers and raised $1 million to support the defense of the Wilmington 10. In 1987, the UCC Commission for Racial Justice published its legendary Toxic Waste and Race Report, giving a name to environmental racism. In 1993, we issued an apology to our Hawaiian siblings, acknowledging our complicity in the overthrow of Hawaii's government and leader. And in 2020, we published Breath to the People, Sacred Air and Toxic Pollution, cited in the 2020 election cycle.
Our stories connect us, and the movement toward racial justice continues. From Standing Rock to current protests of the Dakota Access Pipeline, from the Poor People's Campaign to industry boycotts for a living wage, from the Black Lives Matter protests to solidarity with the UN Decade of African Descent, from South Africa justice to Palestinian freedom, from reproductive justice rights to Thursdays in Black against gender-based violence, from the sanctuary movement to solidarity at our borders, from voting rights to LGBTQ rights, from disability rights to mental health advocacy. The United Church of Christ is present at the intersection of race and injustice wherever they arise.
But the movement doesn't stop with our past, nor is our most powerful work done by the national setting. The General Synods of the United Church of Christ have voted 12 resolutions denouncing racism, and the advocacy of the national setting ministries is guided by them. Our resolutions are rooted in what we believe matters to God. And our story matters. Many of you are already writing the next chapters in our story with your witness to anti-racism and inclusive love. We are having sacred conversations, beginning dialogues around reparatory justice, launching a deep dive examination of our policies and praxis through a racial justice lens in the national setting and the United Church of Christ Board. And we are learning from one another, sharing our insights along the way. This biennium, we need you to share your story toward anti-racism with the wider church.
We invite you to join the movement by registering at www.jointhemovementucc.org. Share with us how you are working toward an anti-racist church. You can start a book club, register for sacred conversations to end racism, become conversation partners with other churches that are doing this work, become a sanctuary church, fight for the living wage, share your ideas and tell your stories, and so much more.
We are the movement. We hope you will sign up today.